I messed up on this video 4 times because I was recording on one camera and not the other. So this is like my 4th time recording this. So I'm really sorry if I'm like running through it. But hey YouTube, welcome to the channel. My name is Manhoody and today I'm bringing you another episode of One Piece 5 Minutes where we talk about the fundamentals of One Piece in hopefully under 5 minutes to help you play the game better, understand the game, and win more. Today we're talking about the colors of One Piece. We have 6 colors here: red, blue, black, yellow, green, and purple. The 6 colors of One Piece. We're going to go over their playstyles and the way they control the board in the game based on their playstyles to help you understand what deck you might want to play more, or even hopefully understand your opponent's decks when you play against a deck that you don't really know what they do. Let's start off with red. I picked Zoro because Zoro is probably one of the most simple red decks in the game. 1 Dawn, all of your characters get 1000 power added. The zero cost events are something I also want to go over because their triggers really help you understand the play style of the deck, simply because it's just what they do. Give up to one of your opponent's leaders or characters minus 3000 power during this turn, which is super strong because the way that red plays, it's super aggressive, but then there's also a spectrum of red where it's super control-y and a lot more slow. Zoro is one of the examples of a deck that plays super fast. It goes super wide, plays a bunch of really small bodies. When it comes to the other side of red, you have things like Shanks where it's more control-y. You're actually controlling the board more rather than just punching in the face, because decks like Zoro and Bello Betty are that spectrum of red where it's super fast-paced, super aggressive, really punch in the face, get the game over with as fast as possible, because if I stall and they stall me, I run out of steam so fast and I might just end up losing the game. But then you have, again, things like Shanks where it's red, control-y, and it plays a lot more slower, and you're actually controlling the board through power reduction and power removal with cards like 8 cost Rayleigh, 7 cost Ben Beckman, and 10 cost Shanks where you're minusing power across the board. Super strong for control. Next, let's talk about blue. We have Boa Hancock here. This effect can be activated when a character is removed from the field by your effect. If you have 5 or less in hand, draw 1 card. The zero cost is return up to 1 character with a cost of 2 or less to the owner's hand. Blue really centers around draw power. It draws so many cards and it's able to counter out of everything because most of the leaders are, hey, if you have less than this amount of cards in hand, draw a card. And then it also controls the game through bouncing things to hand, bottom decking things, and even controlling your hand size with cards like Gion, Pudding. It's super insane because, hey, you're controlling literally the board, my deck, and my hand by bottoming specific things here and there, and it's super strong. I think that blue's in a really strong color. It's one of the strongest colors in the game, but the way it plays right now in the meta we're in, it isn't really that great. But you can look at things like blue purple Luffy, cycling the top deck and figuring out what 5 you want from the top, or even playing the 3-drop Dofi. You can really like search through your deck, stack your deck, and it really just plays around the deck itself and just knowing and having information, drawing cards off of it, and again controlling through bouncing to hand, putting on the bottom of the deck. Next, we're going to go with the strongest color in the game, black. I chose Gecko Moria over Lucci because it does so much more and it helps really understand a bit more of what black can do. Dawn X1, when attacking, rest 2 Dawn. You may trash 1 card from your hand, trash 2 cards from the top of your deck, and play a Thriller Bark Pirate with a cost of 4 or less from your trash. The zero cost event is draw 1 card, then KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 1 or less. Black is really centered around reducing cost. The cost is the way that black controls the game. You reduce cost and then KO based on the cost itself. So like things with Tempest Kick, minus 3 cost. I can minus 3 cost on your 4 cost and then KO it with a Brook that pops a 1k, or 1 cost, or 0 cost, minus 1 with 0 cost. There's a lot of cards that pop. There's a lot of cards that pop a lot of low bodies and a lot of cards that reduce things. And then also the side effect of black is actually that the trash is a second hand. They're able to play things from trash. They can the trash recursion is absolutely insane. Things like 4 cost Rebecca that lets you grab cards from the trash, Manchery that lets you grab cards from the trash, add it to hand. Really insane color. Black is super strong. Bandai loves it. It can lose to aggression, and it honestly just loses to black itself. Black beats black, and that kind of goes to show how strong black is as a color. Next, let's talk about yellow. I have NL here. NL is everybody's favorite yellow leader. When your number of life becomes 0, add 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards, then trash 1 card from your hand. The zero cost is if you have 0 life, you may add 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life, then trash 1 card from your hand. Yellow is very, very strong. It plays around triggers, mostly triggers. It also has ways to control the board through life. Like things like 9-cost Yamato, where, hey, if you have 5 life and I have 5 life, I could literally pop almost anything you play because we both have a total of 10 life. Very, very strong. Things like 8-cost Katakuri. Hey, I can add an 8-cost to the bottom or top of your life if I want to. Life control. Yellow is just life control and triggers. So being able to just play with life, not only your own, but your opponent's, absolutely insane. It's more of a gambling deck. The triggers are mono yellow decks are really just gamble decks. It's based on what you can really play out of life, what triggers happen. I can stop your attack because of a trigger. I can get an extra life because of a trigger. I can KO things because of a trigger. There's a lot of triggers, and that's kind of the play style there. Next, let's talk about green. I have Bonnie, one of the strongest green decks in the game right now. On your opponent's attack, rest 1 Dawn, rest up to one of your opponent's leader or characters, with a 0 cost as being rest up to one of your characters with a cost of 4 or less. Green really plays around resting and restanding, the whole concept of resting and restanding. Not even just characters or Dawn, just the idea of resting and restanding. It can restand Dawn with things like Cavendish, 8-cost Mihawk, 5-cost Smoker. You could look at the Dawn math and be like, oh, okay, he can only play a 10-cost character, but then he plays a 8-cost character for 4 Dawn, plays a 5-cost character for 3 Dawn, and then plays out more characters, and then restands an extra Dawn because he had a character on the board already. There's so much Dawn math here, it's really, really hard to kind of tell with green because you never know what they're going to play and you never know what to expect because of how much Dawn is being tossed around, and then they can rest your Dawn when you're ready to use an event, and you have to play around that. There's a lot of resting and restanding. So there's even things that like, hey, restand this character, like 9-cost Zoro, I'll rest a Dawn to restand this character. Resting and restanding, or things like Rosinante leader, where it's a blocker if you have 6 or less in hand, you get to restand this leader. Great color, really fun, okay in the meta right now. Next set, it becomes really, really good in OP12. But let's jump on to the biggest anomaly of them all, purple. Purple is absolutely insane. Purple Luffy is take 1 card from the top of your life, and if you have 0 or 3 or more Dawn, then you get to add 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck. The 0 cost is add 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck and set it as active. Purple, its main playstyle is it plays around Dawn. But the weird part about it is that it has an identity crisis. It plays exactly what every other color can do as well. It has cards like 9-cost Big Mom that is -1 Dawn, trash a card, add a card from the top of your deck to your life, like yellow can do, and then add one of your opponent's characters with a 6 or less to the top or bottom of their life, like yellow can do. It has cards like Uso Hachi that can play if you have 8 or more Dawn, rest a character with a cost of 5 or less, like green can do. It has things like Gamma Knife, -1 Dawn and -5,000 power to one of your opponent's characters, like red can do. It has so many different aspects, but the only thing making it purple is that, hey, you have to minus a Dawn or 2, and then you can do whatever you want. Literally, just any other color's abilities, purple can do, as long as it minuses a Dawn. So it's a very, very fun and fast play style. It loses pretty aggressively to red, I would say. It's a very, very squishy color. So mono purple decks are just so squishy. They really want to ramp and play big bodies as fast as possible, so they're running a lot of bricks. Super fun, super fast. Would definitely recommend people try out purple. I love playing purple. I would say I'm mainly a red, green, and blue player. I do really love purple and black. Yellow is probably my least favorite color because it's a gamble color. Purple and black are doing a lot of math. Green and blue are probably your best control decks, and then red and yellow are probably your least thinking decks. So take that what you will. That's gonna be all for today's video, guys. Much more focused for the beginners. Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.